Can't see a bubble man.
Can't see me. I can't see you either. Here we go. Here we go with the Microsoft shit.
Take one.
You see me?
Yes, I can.
Alrighty. All right, everybody. We're here to tell you how wrong we were about the Broncos. They're a really good team. They're going to the Super Bowl this year. They've really changed the culture over there. That's what I took away after watching this game. Actually, no. We were wrong in one degree. We were wrong about the Buffalo Bills. We were very high on the Buffalo Bills, but that team is absolutely dog shit. Josh Allen is absolute dog shit. This guy's over here playing like he's Stevie Wonder out there, can't read the field, can't see anybody. He could see the Broncos players better than he can see his own players, apparently. He can't hand the ball off correctly. That's a new thing he can't do. And when it's not him not handing the ball off correctly, you have fucking James Cook over here getting strip fumbled again, running, and it happens to bounce in his hands and keep that drive alive. I mean, you want to talk about a team who at every turn gave this game away. Then you have referee ball at the end on a ticky-tacky pass interference call. And then you have the fucking, if that wasn't enough, Will Lutz misses the field goal, but the Bills put 12 guys on the field. I mean, how fucking, either the Bills are that incompetent and that dog shit, and if you fans are going to say that this is a legitimate win, that the Broncos were the better team today, this was a dog shit game on both sides of the ball for the Broncos and especially for the Bills. 12 guys on the field when you had how much time? Because Denver was just, all they had to do was run the clock out. They missed the field goal, but it doesn't fucking matter because you put 12 guys on the field. When I saw them miss, I was like, yeah, and then I saw the laundry on the field. I was like, seriously, dude? I mean, I think the Bills got the call from the NFL. This game did not seem like an organic NFL game. This was definitely a ratings booster for the NFL, and it's absolutely disgusting. But as far as the Bills, we were dead wrong on them. They don't deserve to go to the playoffs. They don't deserve to win another game all year. Absolutely disgusting by the Bills. We could say referee ball this, referee ball that. But who's the fuck? I mean, 2 weeks in a row now, we play teams that turn the ball over 5 fucking times. I mean, seriously. And you still only won by 1. How many teams out there are going to win the turnover battle 5-1 and be in a position where they have to come back and win the game? I mean, my God. Absolutely disgusting.
So what you saw tonight was 2 bad teams on the field. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit. I was wrong about the Bills, and they're absolutely dog shit. But again, I'm always going to go back to this. If you think that we dominated this game, you are completely and utterly wrong, because I look at it in a completely different view than most, fans. Number one, our defense is still trash. And if you're going to give our defense a passing grade, I have no idea what is wrong with you. From a football logic standpoint, because when the Buffalo Bills actually got their head out of their ass and started running the football, what did they fucking do? When they were simplistic with their offense and they ran the football, what did they do, Bubble Man?
They went right down the field at will.
It was with ease. There was no, there was no hesitation, nor was there any effort given from the Bills to go down and score when they were running the football and being simplistic with their offense. The Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs are dog shit. They're absolutely fucking dog shit. You, me, and Chalk Liver were wrong on picking the Chiefs and the Bills, but there are other people out there that were picking the Chiefs and the Bills as well. So, again, if, we're wrong and there's a plethora of other people wrong. The one thing that I did find impressive with the Walmart Generals was the offensive side of the football by your Walmart Generals. But again, what happened when they went into those Shermer moments? Sacks, incompletions, and fumbles. And then they basically, what the Broncos have done is basically they're running Bubble Man, Bucket Man, and Chopped Liver football. That's what they're doing. They're running the football, the quick passing game, the screen game with McLaughlin, even though they can't run screens to save their fucking life. But, the NFL's a shit product. let's just be real, Bubba, man. The NFL is a dog shit product. I mean, if you're up there saying that we kicked the Bills' ass and we put the fear of God in the Bills, I don't know. I honestly don't know what game you were watching, because that cannot be further from the truth. What happened was you had a team like Kansas City that played retard football and couldn't get their heads out of their ass. But again, they showed more signs of consistency throughout this game in terms of when they ran the football and were simplistic with it. This defense looked like shit. There was no pressure on Josh Allen. Was there pressure tonight on Josh Allen?
No.
Or was he throwing stupid was he forcing the football?
Forcing the football into coverage. And to the Bills offensive coordinator, what the fuck do you have against running the ball? I mean,
the Bills in general, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean, you're getting 12 yards of fucking carry out there, and you're just, we're just going to stop running the ball. We're just going to stop running the ball. I mean, I don't even know.
I still think the Broncos are dog shit. Nothing has changed at all. Their player personnel still sucks.
Okay, so how many? They turned the ball over 5 times, right?
Yes.
They should be able to. This should have been a blowout based on that alone. You took the ball. 5 possessions erased for the Bills by default, on top of controlling the time of possession. So on top of having great field position, because the fucking Bills special teams coordinator can't take his head out of his ass and stop kicking the ball to Marvin Mims.
Well, then you have Josh Allen throwing interceptions and the receivers dropping footballs wide open. Gabriel Davis. Does that name ring a bell when he's wide open in the middle of the field? Can I ask you a question too? Because everybody's going to make this big deal that our defense is legit into forcing turnovers. Let me ask you a question. When that first touchdown by the Bills, what did they do? They ran the football, then they ran a wheel route on the sideline to which side of the field?
Your AFC Defensive Player of the Week, Justin.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's voted again, because he got basically a catch ball lollipop interception when the receiver, it was in his hands and it went through his hands, and Justin Simmons is right. That's not instinctual safety play. That's being there at the right time. That's nothing instinctual whatsoever. And then what happened? They were having success running on his side of the field. They were having success throwing on both safety side of the field, Delaney Turner-Yell and Justin Simmons. So, again, both these teams are dog shit. I mean, the Broncos, again, if the Broncos would have lost this game by 1 point, I mean, the Bills deserve to lose this game. Let's just be real here, Bubble Man. They deserve to lose it, of how poorly and how bad they were in this game. They should have came out and kicked how do you sit there when your season's on the line, when you got beat by the Bengals, you're at home against the Walmart Generals, who get help from the NFL, get help with terrible offensive play and defensive play and special teams play, because they can't get their head out of their asses. And the reason I bring that up is because when the Bills were playing solid defense and simplistic defense, when the Bills were playing simplistic offense, running the football, it looked like they were kicking the Broncos' ass. But what happened when they went creatively and they went through the retard football, basically? It was retard football. They looked like shit. They couldn't get their head. They looked like Kansas City last week.
And second off, that defense for the Bills, you have 2 minutes left in the game. You're up 1 point. Why are you playing so far off the receivers? It's the same shit you did against Kansas City when you took the lead when Mahomes had 13 seconds left and you lost the fucking game. Why are you playing so far off like you're up a touchdown? Someone tell them they're up 1 fucking point and they cannot allow them to get in the field goal range. Why the fuck was there no one in the middle of the field covering the running back? And why the fuck aren't we tackling? I mean, my God. And then
dude, I'm telling you right now, the NFL is a dog shit. And the NFL, I just don't understand you, because you guys, the NFL is so fucking stupid. First off, I mean, that PI call at the end of the game, when it was clear that Jerry drops the doodle-doo Judy, ran into the guy, He slowed down, turned, went forward with it. How is that a PI on the fucking corner?
It's not. The
It's
corner
not.
the corner has the right to that space just as he does. Also, he turned his fucking head around. So what's the fucking problem? Jerry Jeudy still had a chance to make that play, and he didn't. But of course, perfect timing, just like the holding call against the Packers when they were driving down the field to put them out of field goal range, to put them in a 20-yard fourth and 23.
Again, I'm not going to take anything away from the one thing I did like was the Broncos offensive schematics for most of this game. They were running bucket man football, bubble man football, and chopped liver. That's what they've been doing the past couple of weeks. We tried to tell you folks. They're running the ball. They're simplistic with their passing when it comes to when they run those slant routes in the middle of the field. The way they use Jerry Jeudy on a certain slant route is exactly what you need to use Jerry Jeudy for. You brought that up. But again,
yeah, no, they're controlling what they're doing on offense is a good thing. Sean Payton, to make what he's making out of this offense, out of the dog shit players that he has, is quite impressive. To create a team that's actually dominating the time of possession and can move the ball and drive down. That's what they need. They did what they should have done schematically. We're not shitting on the offense, even though they got help at the end. Even though I saw Garrett Bowles headlocking Von Miller out there. Even though I saw Mike McGlinchey doing WWE takedowns. I will give Russell Wilson the credit to that throw to Sutton. That was just a great play by both of those guys. I will give Russell Wilson credit for not turning the ball over.
And he's stepping up into the pocket.
Yep.
That's the one thing that I am impressed by when I watch Wilson. He's stepping up in the pocket. He's not running around in the backfield like a chicken with his head cut off. And I also like on certain plays, he's getting the ball out quick. What have we been trying to tell you folks ever since Wilson got here? You run the football, play action, get the ball out quick. That's exactly how Russell Wilson played in Seattle. Again, I still don't trust these receivers. You fucking kidding me? You can get better receivers than the receivers you have on this roster.
Oh, 100%. They're just placeholders.
You could get a better left tackle. You could get a better center. Lloyd Cushenberry played like dog shit tonight. Ben Powers played like dog. Again, another thing that I have to bring up with this Bills defense, they were missing on so much opportunities that the Broncos were giving them in that backfield. They could have had more than the sacks that they had in this game. That's just facts. They were getting into the backfield with ease. And we said that coming into the game, that this defensive front is able to get into the backfield with ease and quickness. And you saw that in today's game.
What's saving them is that Russell Wilson steps up into the pocket and that mobility of his. Running around back there like it's the zoo. But it's working when they're about to get home. But, you can't rely on that. You don't want your quarterback running around like it's the zoo back there. You want him to be able to have a clean, healthy pocket. But what Sean Payton has done to this offense is great. The player personnel he has to work with, some
of the player personnel on offense I still don't like. Garrett Bowles, Mike McGlinchey, Ben Powers, and Cushenberry. They fucking suck.
I still don't like Jerry Jeudy and Sutton at wide receiver. They block. You want to run screen plays, you need blocking receivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it. Of course, your offensive line, but what really, when they get out into space, you have to have blocking receivers.
To me, this is more. I'm more upset at the Bills because we didn't see what we saw last week against the Bengals. Again, nope. I just don't. What really bothers me is that we can't get a full 4 quarters of good football. You have the running back for the Bills who fumbles the ball and picks it up and runs it for more yards. This was a terrible football game on both sides of the ball. It wasn't just, the Broncos came out and kicked ass. Both sides of both teams looked like shit out there. They did. And then what happened when they ran simplistic, fundamental football on the offensive side of the ball? You saw the Bills running it, pushing this defensive line more than 5 to 10 yards back. They had no problem moving up and down the field when they ran the football with Latavius Murray. I tried telling you that, guys, that when I tried because I watched the All-22 film, so do you. But again, the NFL, it just makes me sick to my stomach. Every fucking year, whether it's the playoffs or the Super Bowl, the NFL always has to comes in and shows their hand. Every fucking year, it's the same old shit. Let the teams fucking play.
You don't throw a fucking PI. That's a first quarter PI call. You don't throw that shit when the game's on the line. You let them fucking play. I mean that is so. In my opinion, it's not pass interference. I mean, this is my problem with the NFL. This is my problem with the NFL is back in 10 years ago, you're allowed to play defense. You're allowed to get physical with the receivers. The fucking defender has a right to the football too. Today's NFL, if you fucking look at their fucking receiver the wrong way, you're getting flagged for PI. It's so the PI call is a bullshit call. I mean, seriously, they need to regulate the rules better because they're not consistent with it at all. I mean, they're not. It's ridiculous. But every time when I saw that PI flag come out, I'm like, yep, Broncos win this game. There's the fucking referees. Right when we were saying, oh, they're going to start calling penalties on the Broncos now. There comes the fucking game-winning flag. After the Bills drew up a great blitz the play before that and got what they earned that field position and the refs took it away from them. That's what pisses me off the most. Is that play call, that all-out blitz before. Great fucking play call, great execution. Wipe it away with a bogus PI call. Now, would I be mad if there was actually a PI that took place? No, but that's not what you saw there.
Because that was a ticky-tacky call.
That was a ticky-tacky call, and it was at a horrible time in the game. But that's what the NFL does best. Fans can never be happy. There always has to be controversy because the NFL has an agenda. I don't know what the NFL's infatuated is, but it couldn't be any more obvious. I'm arguing right now that the fucking NFL favors the Broncos more than Kansas City because even when they went up against Kansas City,
no, I disagree. The reason I disagree with that is because Kansas City and Buffalo clearly have better player personnel, but the problem is they play retard football. They play retard football, dude. If they stick to what their identity is, they would wipe the floor clean with the Broncos. That's just that we've seen that on the All-22 film. We've seen that on the coach's film, Bubble Man. I understand where you're coming from with it with the NFL. I completely agree with you when it comes to that aspect. But I'm not going to wipe away. This is why I'm going in on the Bills and Chiefs directly to Bills. If you're a Kansas City Chief and Buffalo Bill fan, I'd be ashamed because you should have wiped the floor clean with this team. You had every opportunity to do that. But instead, you turn the ball over 5 times. You deliberately fall. You deliberately, outside of the McMillan play, the stripped ball, which I give McMillan all the credit in the world. I thought he had a hell of a game. Outside of that one play, you're forcing the ball. You're doing stupid play calls. And on top of that, you force balls right to receivers that are clearly covered by these corners. And you're doing stupid ball. You drop the football when you're wide open in the middle of the field. But then this is what elevates my point even more, Bubble Man, is when they do simplistic football and they ran the ball and with how much ease it took. It wasn't hard for them to move up and down the field when they were running the football. But when they did retard football, this gadget bullshit, that's when they got in trouble and that's when they stuck their head up their own ass. Defensively and offensively for both the Chiefs and the Bills. But again, I don't want any Bronco fan to say I'm not giving the credit to Broncos. I'm going to give credit to the Broncos offensively. That's where I'm going to give credit to Sean Payton and this coaching staff because they're running chopped liver, bucket man, and bubble man football. That's what they're doing.
That's what they should have been doing. I mean, they almost lost themselves this game by going Shermer ball at the end of the game. I mean, if it wasn't for that.
They were going Shermer ball, weren't they? They were.
Why
and then that's when they got into the sacks. And that's when they got into the holding calls. That's when you saw exactly, Bubble Man, when they went Shermer ball 3 wide receiver sets and try to go 20-plus yards every fucking play. You had the sacks happen, and you had the holding calls happen. That's what happened. But when you ran Bubble Man, Bucket Man, and Chopped Liver football, when you're creative in the running game, when you're doing the quick passes, you're keeping the drive, you're keeping the chains moving. But when you're going Shermer ball, Walmart General Fan football, that's when you get yourself in trouble. That's the point of contention I have with these people, is they think that we kicked ass. You didn't kick ass. You had 2 teams in the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs that had their head up their own ass, played retard football. That's just the reality of the situation. That's what the All-22 film says.
Yeah, we don't even need the All-22 to show what happened in this game.
Well, because we know what we're looking for. We're not the regular fan. We know what we're looking for. That's just it.
But even this game is so obvious to the regular fan. I mean,
really,
guys
the
on the
fucking fan is obvious. Oh no, I disagree.
All you gotta. I mean, for the simple-minded fans out there who don't watch football, you missed the game-winning field goal and you got to kick another one because of 12 guys on the field. That's all I have to tell you, because you're obviously not going to watch the film. You obviously don't understand football. The reason why we said Broncos should lose this game is because of player personnel versus player personnel. What we're not thinking about is the Bills are going to come in here, drop wide open passes into Justin Simmons' hands, and turn the ball over. We're not anticipating Josh Allen is going to throw it into triple coverage right before halftime.
We're not. Because when we watch the All-22 film from the week prior, when they face a different opponent, they look like a completely different team.
Why is it that they only play like this against the Broncos?
Well, it's the Broncos defense causing No, it's not. It's
even the fucking announcers were saying that they kept calling them takeaways. How is Josh Allen failing to hand the ball off a takeaway? How is Gabe Davis dropping the ball a takeaway? There was one takeaway this game. One.
McMillan.
One takeaway. McMillan.
Who had a hell of a game, by the way.
The rest of them, giveaways. Maybe you could argue that the Simmons strip, but either way, why the fuck is he carrying the ball that loosely when he's running?
But still, when he stripped the football, the guy still got it and ran for more yardage.
Yep. The announcers were clearly pushing the Broncos politics hard this game. Troy Aikman had I just can't. What is the NFL's infatuation with this team? It has to be Russell Wilson.
It's a political agenda.
It's a political agenda for Russell Wilson. Because do you think they'd let Zach Wilson get away with this type of shit happening?
They would let Locke get away with it? Come on.
Fuck no.
Teddy Bridgewater?
No. What did Zach Wilson say during his press conference, actually? It seems like every time we get a good play, it gets called back. That's exactly what I thought with Drew Lock. That's exactly what I thought with Teddy Bridgewater. That's exactly what I thought with Case Keenum. That's exactly what I thought with Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch. Anytime they did something good, flag comes out and they go back 10 yards. But with Russell Wilson, we get the luxury of, being able to headlock Von Miller on the field, throw players on the ground. I'm not just making this up. We've posted clip after clip after clip after clip of this on our channel.
Well, okay. And I would feel more confident if the Broncos would actually go into these 2 games and show consistency and legitimacy. But again, this is where fans are going to think that I hate the Broncos. I don't hate I get sick of that shit, man. I get absolutely sick of that narrative. Huh?
It's a straw man argument. It's not even a.
They can't. Every time I bring up the film, they're nowhere to be seen and they don't talk about it. But, it is what it is. I shouldn't focus on these fans. The problem I have with this and this narrative that's going around is that the Broncos have dominated the past 2 games. They have not dominated the past 2 games. That's just, you've had 2 teams. I'm going to go back to this. That I'm so sick that I picked to win these games. Because you know why? Because I thought the player personnel would overcome that. But again, we didn't think about them trying this trickery, backyard, retard football bullshit. But every time those teams, Kansas City and Buffalo, played to their strengths, running the football, were simplistic with it, it looked like it was like they're bending over the Broncos and spanking their asses.
Yep.
Again, the NFL. This is much bigger than it's an NFL product in general. It is dog shit. It's dog shit.
This game, I think this game was rigged.
Oh, for 100%, dude. The
and
Bills.
We're not just disclaimer to that, because I know you guys are gonna say, "Oh, we're just making excuses because we were wrong." No. We were wrong about the Bills. Look, all you have to do is go watch the Bills play a much better Bengals team last week and watch them play the Denver Broncos this week. Two completely different teams. And do you think the Bills, I'll bet you guys, whatever you want me to bet you, that when they play Philadelphia in a couple weeks, they're not going to look the way they looked against the Broncos, that's for sure. So,
but I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not going to sit here and say this, that the Broncos offense looked like dog shit. No, I'm not going to say that, because I do like what they've done offensively over the past 2 weeks. 3 weeks. I would say 3 weeks. Green Bay, Kansas City, and Buffalo. But this is where I come in and my coaching comes in. If I'm a Buffalo Bills fan and a coach, and a Kansas City fan and coach, you sit there and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because you don't do this when you face better teams around the league. But when it comes to the Denver Broncos, you all of a sudden wet the bed on all three levels. That doesn't make any logical football sense. That's why I believe these teams came out and played retard Walmart General-esque football. And the Broncos still only won by, 2-3 points, right?
And they had to get ref help.
Yeah, they had to get the help from the NFL and the officials to have that happen. Again, you almost lost by 1 point when a team was basically playing like dog shit. The Buffalo Bills didn't deserve to win this game.
If they were playing any other team in the NFL, they
lost to them. If you were dominant, you shouldn't have almost lost to a team on the opposite side of you that played like shit. And the Denver Broncos defense, you hearing me? You guys aren't special. You guys are just gifted so many opportunities, and you still fuck it up.
Yep. What we're done doing here is we're done predicting what's going to happen, because and I'm not saying that because I'm hating on the Denver Broncos or I hate to be wrong. I would love to be wrong in the sense of we actually watched the Broncos play four quarters. This team's ass. But when I'm watching teams, 1 week they look like a contender in the AFC, and then the next week they're forgetting how to play football and would lose to the Colorado Buffs out there. They'd lose to fucking, they'd lose to a D3 school. That's how bad they're playing.
Yeah, Buffalo and Kansas City, to me, they're dog shit. They're fucking dog shit.
They're not up there with the 49ers. They're not up there with the Ravens. They're not up there with the Eagles.
Yeah.
No. They're what we call pretenders. Maybe later on in the season Kansas City will get a little referee help, but that's about it. But here's what tonight taught me. And
Bubbleman, you just said it. What's the consistent theme throughout this entire season? Referee help.
The refs have been absolute dog shit. This is across the board too. But what I'm going to say right here is I'm starting to think that teams aren't taking the Broncos seriously.
No, I don't think they're watching film. I think
it's not even that anymore. I think they're actually getting the call from someone upstairs in the NFL.
I don't think they're watching film. I think they're fucking retarded.
But in NFL next gen stats, that's what they push on TV. He had a 3% probability of completing. Nobody gives a fuck.
When you watch again, tell me what. Okay, outside of the three of us, who actually breaks down and watches the All-22 film? Just answer me that question real quick.
Nobody.
Okay. When you watch it, and I don't discourage anybody. I encourage everybody to go watch it. When you see the soft zones that are open time and time and time again, and Bubbleman, we were watching the game. How many soft zones were available in this game tonight? Please answer that question.
Several
opportunities that the Bills would rather, instead of going there, force it somewhere else because Josh Allen absolutely fucking sucks. He sucks. Again, they overrate these quarterbacks like they're the saving grace, waving the magic wand.
Herbert's another one that sucks ass. He's terrible.
Again,
Yeah.
Both, the NFL is a joke. I can't stand it. I cannot stand the NFL. It's a dog shit product.
It's politics. I want to watch good smash mouth football. That's what I want. I'm not even like pissed with the Broncos anymore. Like, let's make the NFL. No. Like, what the fuck is the problem with the NFL lately?
Let me ask you this, William. Player personnel, 53-man roster versus the Bills and Chiefs 53-man roster. Are they better?
No.
When you break it down player by player by player, all 22 film, coaches film, so on and so forth, are they better than those two teams?
No, they're not better than most teams in the NFL.
Exactly. So either you have the opposite teams not watching the all 22 and film breakdowns and they're stupid, or they're getting the call from the NFL because this doesn't make any logical sense.
And it only happens against the Broncos.
It does every time. Outside of the Miami game, when they actually came out and fucking played simplistic and they played their identity, you saw what happened.
But you notice it really started kicking up after that Miami game. After that Miami game, they were like, no, we can't let this happen again. I think I'm 100% convinced the Bills got the call. And I think the Bills were in on it too, because there's no fucking way you left 12 guys on the field. I mean, after that bullshit penalty, and they missed the field goal, I was like, yes, karma, justice. Like, that is karma for that bullshit flag, for the missed calls all game long. But, and then, of course, you can't help yourself with the 12 guys on the field, right? I mean, that one right there, my voice is gone because I started screaming at the fucking TV after that.
I just shook my head in silence. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, that's the way you're going to end the game? Really?
Yep. I mean, and they pan to Josh Allen's stupid face on the fucking sideline every time he fucking throws a pick, and he just has this dumbass look on his face.
What the Buffalo Bills need to do in the offseason, they need to take him aside and be like, dude, stop forcing shit. Because there were plays open many times throughout this entire game where he could have dinked and dunked his way to victory.
If I was Sean McDermott, I would have benched him after halftime.
I feel like Sean McDermott's going to get fired. I do. That's my prediction. I think McDermott's fired.
If they miss the playoffs, he's gone.
And that's sad because I like Sean McDermott as a coach.
I do too. Did you see how he was actually ripping into that team? He was in disbelief.
Okay, did you see him ripping into the refs, and you saw the corner rip into the ref on that PI call?
Yeah. The only ones who think that that's PI are Bronco fans. I'm just
they also thought again. I'm not going to talk about them because they're not.
Patrick Surtain mugging receivers on the fucking against the Jets on his interception. What was Patrick Surtain doing? PI? If that's not PI, why the fuck was this PI? I really do think the NFL is a rigged product, and I think that there's an agenda with Russell Wilson. There's an agenda with
okay, I'm gonna correct. Okay, let's take a step back. There are things that I have liked about Russell Wilson this year. There are points in the game that I have liked, but again, there are a lot of plays also where he looks like the same old Russell Wilson.
Did you see when he missed that wide open, completely?
Yes. Again, when they went Shermer ball, he holds onto the ball for more than 5 seconds, and he misses the receivers behind them, or he takes a sack, or he throws it out of bounds or he throws it away from him. But when they run the when they play bucket man, bubble man, chop deliver football, that's where he looks good. And we've said this ever since his days in Seattle, his early days. That's how you need to play. Right there. Right there, that's how you need to play it. And they're doing it. They're doing it, which I'm going to give Sean Payton credit for on that.
Oh, no. Since we talk negatively about the Broncos, I'm thrilled with what I see on the offense. I think that if you get more Sean Payton-esque players, it's just going to bode better. I mean, it's actually encouraging seeing.
I just like that doing the heavy personnel and the 3 tight ends and the 12 personnel. That's what I'm encouraged by.
Yeah, and running the ball. He actually uses his 3 running backs, but yeah, and this dog shit player personnel that he has, he's making something out of it, and that's what great coaches do. And I'm not going to sit here and like cheerlead Sean Payton, but I mean, he's turned this offense around in the sense that he's making the best he can out of it, out of what he's been given, out of the cards he's been dealt. He's turned this offense around. I like that he's, taken what the defense gives him. I like that he's teaching Russell Wilson to take what the defense gives him. Yeah, when they got in the field goal range, what was the play? He threw a shovel pass to the running back that was wide open. He would have not done that last year. So, I mean, I'm going to give Sean Payton the credit on that because even in Seattle, he did not really take what the defense gives him. He was looking for the go ball and running around like a chicken.
In his later days, but in his early days, Wilson was doing a lot of what you're seeing now.
Yeah, like I would say up until 2020 when they were letting Russ cook, when that became a thing.
Again, still, I'm not a big fan of Russell Wilson. I still don't think you should have given him a big contract. I still think you should have stuck with that contract. That's just my opinion.
He's not. Yeah, you don't pay. I don't agree with paying a quarterback the barn anyway. Because it's
look what's happened to Josh Allen ever since he got that money.
Look what's happening to Mahomes.
Look what's happened to Herbert.
Yep. So I mean, you could sit here. Look. I mean, the only one it worked out for is the Ravens, but I mean, they're not winning because of the quarterback.
No, they're winning because of that defense and the running game. That's again, they're doing exactly what I've said.
And it's a damn shame because the Ravens will probably exit the playoffs on a controversial penalty or some shit. Just like tonight, it's a damn shame. But the Ravens are a great football team, and it's a damn shame because Philadelphia will probably lose to.
I think Detroit. You gotta give credit to. Again, I've been high in Detroit. I love Detroit's roster. Again, we play Detroit, baby. We play at Detroit.
I don't want to go that far. And
I'm just saying, dude.
We're not going to say that anyone's going to kick anyone's ass.
Yeah, because you can't trust these teams. You're right, Bo, man. You're absolutely right. You can't.
I would love to sit here and say that I would love to because if Detroit plays their game against the Broncos player personnel, they should have no problems. But but instead of what we see when these teams play each other is you have the Broncos, they put together a good, offense. Now teams have to really take advantage of their time of possession because Denver's showing that they're going to take a lot of time off the clock with their offense and the way they're running it. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what teams aren't accounting for when they're not trying against the Broncos is the fact that last year, 3 and out every time. This year, they're moving up and down the field. They're tiring the defense out. They're holding on to the ball. And honestly, with that time of possession, the offense doesn't get a chance to get into a rhythm in the first place because they're on the bench the whole game. There was a graphic where the Broncos had the ball for 31 or 39 minutes and the Bills only had the ball for 19 minutes. I mean, a lot of that, granted, is due to turnovers. When you turn the ball over, the time of possession goes out the window. But that's what the Broncos are running. That's what they should be running. I hope they continue to run it, and I hope they continue to build off of what they're building there. Give it another offseason till the front office blows that up. But
I still don't trust this front office.
I don't either.
I still don't trust this organization to do what's best. I just don't. Because we saw when Locke and them were here when they were running the Skink Road Muck-Check offense, what happened during the offseason. They tore it up. Now, Sean Payton, again, I don't want Sean Payton to have full control of this team. You still need to bring in a guy like a Jeff Ireland. Hypothetically, I still don't think Ireland will come here. I'd be shocked, but if he does come here, you have to give him full control, and you still got to let him bring in the scouts that he wants. And like you said, offensively, that's one. And in special team, I'm very impressed what I've seen from Marvin Mims in the punt return and kick return game. I'm going to have to give credit to that. I was wrong about Mims in that aspect, and I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, we were all dead wrong on Marvin Mims. We said he was
probably the best receiver on the Broncos, young receiver.
I think he's the best all around. Not all around. I don't know what his route running's like, but
not the best. I think he's the best deep threat receiver we have.
He can run a straight line. He needs to develop the rest of his game.
He's the one that can get separation more consistently than Cortland Sutton. Jerry drops due to Lou Judy.
What I want to see them do is use Jerry Judy more on the slant routes. That slant, the comeback route on that 3rd and 11, that's what you should be using him on. That slant route, that's what you should be using him on. Those are the routes. Why are we still sending this guy on go balls? I mean, what the fuck are they?
He can't separate on those.
He's not fast enough. He's not big enough. He's not that guy. He's a slot guy. I mean, seriously, he's the 10-yard gain, the 7-yard gain receiver. That's what he is.
Absolutely.
But I mean, after tonight, NFL is a terrible product, and we're not going to be predicting games anymore. We're just going to be.
Honestly, I don't even know what the point is of doing that. I mean,
no. I mean, when
you can't trust anybody. You can't trust the Broncos. You can't trust the Detroit Lions. You can't trust. I am more and more certain now, more than ever, that they do not want people like you, me, and Chops Liver who they shadow ban and they suppress our videos because they do not want channels like that understand the fundamental, simplistic side of the game. They want these, channels out there that say, go get an innovative offensive mind or go be creative on the offensive side. I mean, when the Buffalo Bills are running simplistic running calls, they're having no problem going up and down on this defense. But when they go creative and when they do their head up their ass retard Walmart General-esque football, they look like shit. So they need the teams around the league. I'm going to talk to the team. I'm going to talk about this, and I have to end this because my battery's about to die. To all the 32 teams out there, you guys aren't watching the film. I'm convinced of that more than ever. You guys are getting the call from the NFL, and you guys are fucking dog shit. Okay, this is including the Broncos. You guys are dog shit. You guys don't watch the film. You guys don't want people that understand the simplistic side, and you need to get a handle on your analytical departments. That's all I have to say. I'll let you finish, and we'll end it.
Yep. No, I mean, it's clear no one's watching the film. It's clear that the NFL isn't about football. It's about political agendas. It's about Taylor Swift and Mr. Pfizer. It's about
get your shot. Get your shot, guys.
Yep. It's about a certain type of quarterback, and that's about all I'm going to say there. We're done predicting what's going to happen in games because when we predict stuff, we're predicting if teams play football. All right, we're not here, predicting turnovers and flags now.
What we're predicting is what we're seeing on the all 22 film / coaches film, and what we're seeing on the player personnel side of it. So I'm done predicting games because I don't care about. They don't care about people like us. They don't give a shit about all 22 film breakdown. They don't give a shit. They care about Pro Football Focus stats and the, stat-based bullshit. Go be stat-driven. That ain't going to get you far, though. That's get you.
I watch good football, good quality football. I mean, you say college football is where it's at. I might start.
It is where it's at. It is.
I mean, I'm getting sick of watching a watered down product.
High school football is a better product than this bullshit.
I mean, what we play in Madden 23 is probably a better football than what we're.
Go play after we're done with this, so I can throw 800 yards.
I could turn Madden on rookie mode and it'd be more entertaining football. Yeah, but bad product, bad NFL. We were wrong about the Bills. We'll give you that. And hey, you want to hear us give something good about the Broncos? Sean Payton, great job. Keep it up. Keep using your running backs. Keep using your tight ends. Keep using your offensive line in the run blocking department. You'll have success. That's your best chance to win. So,
and I think how Sean Payton has this team prepared and not turnover ridden, I would say, is a credit to him. I will give him that as well.
they're playing disciplined football on the offensive side.
You. Playing simplistic, disciplined football, which I've been asking for 8 fucking years.
So we'll give you that. Are you guys happy? But defensively, no. You guys still have a few years to go with the defense. And that's assuming you draft correctly, which you obviously have shown no track record of doing. But that's about it. We're done predicting. We're just going to show the film, and that's it.
All right. Take care, Bubble Man.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Kirk out.